Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Q&A call on the speakerfocus.com platform. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of speakerfocus.com, and I'm here with the entire team as we are continuously growing to serve you at the highest level possible. Let me just explain something to you, what my mindset is for this Monday Q&A. First, you know what the drill is. Anybody has a question, please, by all means, use the raise hand feature and I will be right to you. I want to share some opening thoughts that is very important. Your mindset in this river of cash that is flowing through the system of professional speaking right now, man, am I in a fortunate position where I get a chance to not only work with some of the best subject matter experts on planet Earth. Speaker Focus, we're international. We do business with all four corners of the globe, and we are continuously growing in other countries. We are thankful for that. But I am in a privileged position as CEO at speakerfocus.com because I get a chance to see it all. I never imagined that me and Austin combining forces and then having a highly converting sales funnel would attract this many quality people to our brand that has touched our lives in ways that I couldn't even begin to imagine. And this is what happens, everyone, when you just take the first step. Your responsibility to the universe is just take one step. That's all you need to do. Just take one step towards your speaking goals, and it will take many steps towards you. So my mindset when I got up this morning, I said, you know, I'm able to pull a rabbit out of my ass whenever I need to. Whenever the stakes, you know, we got to ante up and the stakes go higher, I'm always able to rise to that response. So my mindset this morning when I got up, I was feeling really good. I got a business trip coming up, and you know, we're talking about expanding some more, and that requires me to take bigger risks. It requires me to get involved in some circles where I don't have influence. You got to start relying on some other people that have influence. So you got to reach out, and sometimes you got to ask for the help. But my mindset this morning was, God damn it, I'm not Superman, but I do super things. I'm not Superman, but I have superpowers. I'm not Superman, but I'm doing super fantastic. I mean, damn, if you can't see that when it's getting really critical and all hell is breaking loose, that is a time to double down, take more risk, and invest into yourself so you can come out of it a better person. See, we're all being molded and shaped, and we're getting pushed around, and you're feeling the friction, and you're feeling a negative opposition, and the whole world feels like it's coming up against you whenever you want to take your goals to another level. I was talking to one of our business partners out of Atlanta, and he was telling me something was happening with his phone when he woke up this morning. He had a big meeting this morning, and before he went to the meeting, something happened to his cell phone, and it was acting crazy for like an hour and a half. Then I got him on the phone, and I said, man, just reboot it. He called me from the office line. I said, man, reboot it. And he rebooted it twice. And on his way to the meeting, the phone started working. Now, it's easy to give up whenever you are facing resistance. It's easy to say, nah, I don't want to fuck with this shit today because it's just too damn hard. I got enough going on. I'm emotionally frazzled. But I'm telling you, this is the reason why I've learned over the last 3 to 4 years in specific to get my rest. 7, 8 hours or more if I can, because it requires every bit of that energy to work on your goals every single day. And it's just really keeping things simple and checking things off your list and moving forward. If you're getting progress, even if it's slow, you should feel great about yourself. There are many people who have succumbed to the effects caused by the pandemic. Suicides, drug use, alcoholism, domestic violence, all kinds of abuse, anxiety, mental health issues are on the rise all the way across the board. Corporations are getting decimated right now, which is the main reason why you should be busting your ass to build your speaker business, because if you're set up the right way, you can now handle the traffic. The world is in chaos. What I do for my clients is I turn chaos into clarity. What do you do for your clients? I'm a solutionist. So I help magnify success in your personal and professional vision. Everybody's focus is off. Everybody's distracted. So I come in with my signature programs, my speaking, coaching, and consulting offerings, and I take the level of success you have to another level. I reorganize your infrastructure. I help your employees re-engage. I teach them a communication system. What are you doing with your professional speaking services to your clients? Because they are having LGBTQ plus issues, minorities. I don't care what color you are. You could still be a minority. Minorities are not feeling welcome into the workplace. Really, Mr. or Mrs. Corporation? Do you really want to look like the company who needs your help the most? I mean, do you really want to look like the company where people need your help the most during the most crucial time in civilization? Well, we're going through a pandemic. Does your company want to look like the one who's turning their back? And most companies are in disarray because they simply do not know how to handle the pandemic. They haven't tried to pivot. They don't know how to pivot. They're in disarray. See, if you're inside the game and you get a chance to talk to everybody, when I tell you I'm the man on the street, if the speaking business in the coaching industry was the streets, I'm deep in the streets with this shit. I talk to everybody, just like when I was hustling dope back in the day. The reason why I was successful is because I knew everybody. I had to connect. I had to plug. I could get what I needed, and I could get it to a market who needed my product. Just like when I was a real estate investor. I said, everybody in this, they're solved. If I learn what they learn, which is the creative financing part, if I learn how to manipulate the paperwork with the kind of mindset I have, with the kind of balls that I have, with the kind of guts that I have, I could take this shit over. And that's exactly what happened. It wasn't any difference in anything. And real estate is more treacherous than drugs because it's actually legal. You got people trying to cut your throat over a real estate deal, just like you did out in the street. Now, when I started writing books and speaking and things of that nature, what I said to myself was, I said, wow. I said, this is an arena where all of your sins are washed away. This is an arena where people don't care about your past. See, a lot of you are struggling with, you're holding on, you're being selfish. You don't want to really share. You don't want to talk about the pain in your signature programs. That pain and all that horrific shit that you've been through in your life, it is the very thing that people need right now. See, I need to be speaking to some of you this way before I take the questions, because you need to understand, when I tell you I'm the plug, I talk to everybody. I hear it all every day. I know exactly what's going on in this business. I have never been more in tune with the speaking industry, never before like I have been right now. And here's the reason why. It's not that I deliver the service to the meeting planner, but it's because I work with so many subject matter experts who have different styles. They have a different brand. Man, I've never learned so much in the last 5 years than I've ever learned in my life. And that's because digital marketing makes it possible for your brand and your services to reach all over the world. If you can just open yourself up and you can just commit to the training that we're teaching you on this platform. If you think about it, it's life. We're teaching you how to get your message into people, how to be polished, poised, and professional. Then we're teaching you how to market your brand, how to build a website and get things on the website that the meeting planner likes to see. Remember, the meeting planner is the gatekeeper. They are the gatekeeper that gives you permission to put you in front of their audience, because you aren't getting in front of their audience sharing your messaging unless you can get on the radar of the meeting planner first. So we're teaching you how to build a website and a speaker video demo and a speaker info kit. And all of these things allow you to talk less. It gives you leverage. You can now substantiate your value as a high fee speaker. And you can also get out of your head talking about, well, am I really worth $5,000? Well, who's going to pay me the $5,000? Well, if you can get your messaging done and you can get your sales tools done and you can set your speaker business up, you can start posting the right things on social media, and you get the module 5 where Auston teaches you how to build the speaker growth engine, perhaps you would find out The meeting planners who are capable of hiring you, because you're going to go through a process of elimination. You're going to keep trying and trying and trying and trying and working on verbiage and getting that verbiage to a target buyer. And the target buyer, one day they're going to say the glorious words to you. Yes, we want to hire you as a speaker. This system works. We get feedback from it every single day. I know it works. I've been a speaker for 36 years. I've never seen the speaking industry like it is right now. This isn't some bullshit sales pitch. I'm talking facts. Listen to somebody who knows what they're doing. I've been a pre-internet speaker. Internet was 1992. I started speaking in 1986 when I graduated high school. I don't look it. Yeah, I don't look it, but I'm approaching my 54th birthday. So then I had to learn how to market myself and survive as soon as the internet came out. I'm like, wow, what is that? What the hell is an email address? Why do I need to send somebody a message? I didn't get it. I didn't understand. Then I started to keep growing and growing. You know what I did? I didn't know what the hell I was doing, just like you when I first started. And I kept trying. Many of you are afraid to fail. Every single time I tried, there was failure within every one of those attempts. All I did was log it in like a scientist. You know what scientists do? You know what Einstein did? He wrote down all the theories. He wrote down every single time he tried a particular formula, and he wrote it down until he got it to work. And then you break that out. And that's when you take whatever theory you have, you take it to market, because you've tested it and you've tested it and you've tested it and you failed. And you got your ass handed to you in 35 million pieces, and you just kept trying. You were crying, you were frustrated, you were broke down, you were in desperation mode. You went through, like me, foreclosure, repo, water, gas, electric, utilities cut off. You beat drug addiction, alcoholism, whatever the hell you've been through. This is why the future is the moment called now. You need to be working as hard as you can to dip your net in the river of cash. This is like when the salmon are swimming upstream and you're a bear coming out of hibernation. All you got to do is just go to one spot in the pond and just start swatting fish, and you'll be bountiful, plentiful. This is what's happening in the marketplace right now. You got to believe, you got to see it. You got to stand on your vision. If there's any hands that need to go about, by all means, I'm here to help you. I mean, damn, what is it that needs to happen in your life that will trigger something inside of you to say, I got to get out of my own way. I got to stop bullshitting. I got to stop dragging my ass in the sand. Oh, I got to stop feeling so sorry for myself. Life isn't going the way I needed to go right now. Why is it happening to me? Why? I don't want to hear any excuses. All I care about is results. How can I help you get some? Looks like Lisa Almond-Baldwin is up first. Lisa, talk to us.
I'm over here rolling. You are on a roll. I am on the floor rolling. You're killing me.
I just got some shit on my mind, Lisa. I mean, I'm in it every day. I'm in it with you all.
Right.
I am a speaker too.
Right.
I'm not Superman, but I can do super things.
Right.
I'm not Superman, but I got superpowers, and so do you. What's your question or comment?
Let's see. Well, quick question. You and Austin had helped me craft some CTA language for the end of my, for my LinkedIn outreach. And okay. I wanted to know, is that, okay, hold on, I'm looking at my notes. I'm supposed to use the same CTA language at the bottom of not only the LinkedIn outreach, but on the end of the email campaigns as well, right?
Correct. You're talking about the call to action?
Yeah. Okay, that's all I want to know. And then my comment was, I knew I didn't have a lot to ask you today, but I knew that I needed to come on the call and just listen, because you were going to fire me up. And every week, you know, again, if things are not going well, or I was too busy to get to all of these things, you know, like this last week, I had a lot of client work come in. Yeah. And my first temptation was to just skip the call tonight and keep working on that. But I'm like, no, I'm going to come in here and get fire lit under my ass again.
Sure.
So I'm just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome, Lisa. You're very welcome. If anybody else has any more questions or comments, please use the your raise hand feature. If you've been on the call before and you've never asked a question, a lot of times people come on the call just to listen, and that's okay. Another reason why I do my opening statements and I do like a monologue, Arletta Allen, I'll be right with you as soon as I finish this comment. Another reason why I get into it, it's a mindset that I like to start the call out with. I like you to understand what I'm feeling. I like you to also understand what's going on in the marketplace. I can see if we were in an industry that was languishing, and we've survived the pandemic for the most part. And you're always going to have, the economy is going to go up and down. The stock market's going to do good, sometimes going to do bad. But to be consistent is rising to your performance pressure every single day, which we all have. And I just like you to be able to know that you're not the only ones that experience that performance pressure. And I get afraid and I get terrified just like everybody else, but there's something inside of me. My goals are bigger than the fear. My dream is bigger than the fear. I have a responsibility to many people, and I don't plan on letting them down. So it doesn't matter how I feel. The game needs us, and we need you to be in it, not sleeping in the bed all day or feeling bad. Arletta, talk to me. Double A.
Hey, KTR, how you doing tonight?
Listen, I'm not Superman, but I got superpowers. Did you hear me when I said that?
I really did, and I can appreciate it too.
I'm not Superman, but I'm feeling super fantastic. That's how I'm feeling.
Wow. I just wanted to say, like, being one that just recently joined the program and looking over, like being into the moment where I'm creating the signature programs and never being one that's ever had to actually define the actual blueprint behind what it is that I do in leadership development or leadership-based training.
Yes.
I've been finding it difficult to just do it, like you said, get out of my own mind and just make it work. Instead, I've been procrastinating a little bit. And so I'm here tonight because I wanted to be around like-minded individuals, number one.
Wow.
And number two, I need to hear you throw all them curse words across the
Yeah. Yeah.
to get me to stop doing what I'm doing so I can go ahead and step into what I'm doing. But I am consistently working on it. There's still a level of procrastination there that I'm not proud of. So
yeah. Well, and welcome to the club. Now, let me just say this, because what that takes guts, what you're doing right now, sharing is caring. If we are going to be the man or woman that we really need to be, or that we're growing into, then we must share when we are not at our best. We need to share when we are dragging our ass. And listen, I used to be the president of procrastination, an icon of inconsistency. So I understand these things that I still have. Listen, we have so many things on our plate that it's impossible for us to perform at a high level in every category. So what I recommend, your average person can accomplish 7 to 10 things throughout the body of one workday. Priorities equal action. Things that are of a nature of a priority, you're going to take action. So what I do is I pick the 7 to 10 things that I'm going to focus on, and I put all my energy into that. Now, one of those 7 things may be, I got strategy calls from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. But prior to me getting on the strategy calls, I got a personal life I need to manage. I got a team I need to manage. I got a relationship I need to manage. I have to take time for all of those things. So I'm going to pick 7 to 10 things that are priorities, not false deadlines, not somebody, what's urgent to you is not urgent to me. What's important to you is not what's important to me. I focus on things that are important. Remember this formula. Important equals action. No, important equals results. Everything that's an action item is a priority. Everything else is a false deadline. Urgent equals panic and react. Most people focus on everything that's panic and react. That means you have no structure, you have no organization, you don't put things on the schedule. If it's not on the schedule, for me, it doesn't exist. I don't care about it. Now that may seem a little regimented, but I schedule family time like I schedule business stuff. Everything is scheduled. I schedule time at night when I'm going to shut it down and get in my massage chair. Yes, so I can prepare myself to go to sleep meditation music. It's a certain frequency that's going in my mind. I limit myself with television. Like it's all in how you make the adjustments. So now, Arletta, the reason why I said that to you is because it does take a lot to share. And listen, ladies, Arletta's a TEDx speaker. She has a degree in leadership development. I mean, this woman has a high business IQ. She is not afraid to invest in herself. She's in multiple masterminds. She's doing great things. But like a lot of people, and this is difficult because what happens is, Arletta, it's just a trap. This was one of the things that was difficult for me of what you're going through right now. Because watch this, when you're intellectual, and I run across a lot of people who are authors, and they call me up talking like they just made an appearance at Masterpiece Theater or some shit, you know, trying to talk all sophisticated with these big words. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, no marketing campaign that you've ever seen in your life was complicated with words. It was real simple. ROLAIDS spells relief. Toyota, oh, what a feeling, right? I don't care what campaign that you use. It's going to be a simple catchphrase. It's real simple. So if you're an overthinker, you overanalyze things, Arletta, like a lot of us do, then you got to simplify. That means that you have to remove everything off your plate. That if I want all of you to just do a quick exercise. Arletta, you still with me, right? Arletta, you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I just had myself muted.
Oh, no problem. I just want to make sure the call didn't drop. Okay, so close your eyes for a second. And a lot of times when we close our eyes, we have so much on our minds that we're thinking about, and it just looks like a bunch of noise up there. If you can just pick one single thought, remember, real focus is concentrating on one thing at a time. So if I'm writing copy, I can't have the television on. If I'm writing copy, I can't have any outside noises. I got to really get into the verbiage. I need to understand what is my focus. This is what I teach people how to do for a living. What's my focus? Sometimes it even happens to me, America's leading focus expert, that I have too much on my plate. And what I do when I get overwhelmed and I'm starting to feel anxiety, the first thing I've trained myself is you got to trim the fat. What has got to go that's not important right now? Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I could be doing, that I should be doing, but is it important right now? Is it a connector to the next thing that I need to do to build my speaker business? Arletta, I just had to go through all of this. I just had to recreate my new signature programs. I just had to build a brand new website. I had to work with the web designer. I had to work with my website manager. I had to work with the graphic designer for my new speaker info kit. I had to work with the editor, Tony Coronado, out in California. Tony works on movies. I wanted my speaker video demo to look like a movie trailer. And so I've been working on that. I've had a bunch of other stuff, distractions to get in the way. But when I needed to finish my speaker video demo, I had to put my head down and finish it. When I needed to upgrade my signature programs, I just had to go to the beach, get someplace quiet and focus on that. Then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can move on to the next thing. The reason why people get overwhelmed is because, and the reason why they procrastinate is because a task is overwhelming. Anytime you're overwhelmed, you got to simplify. So I appreciate you sharing your perspective because that happens to many business professionals. You know how many, we got dozens of TEDx speakers like you on our platform. They all struggle with the same thing. 90% of the business professionals that are on our platform, all these subject matter experts, they are horrible copywriters. Most of them, even when they're authors and they're good writers, they're horrible copywriters. You know why? Because they're sitting here trying to be too fancy. They're trying to do too much. They're trying to be complicated. This is a hard lesson that I learned. When your verbiage is like over a 5th grade level, and the reason why I say 5th grade is because you want to just keep it so simple that anybody can understand it when you verbalize it to someone. Because here's the facts, and then you can finish asking a question or add to the comment, or you can give some feedback off of what I'm saying. When we send out a message and we don't get the answer or feedback we thought we were supposed to hear, it's because we did not send the message out the right way. But nobody rarely wants to point the finger at themselves and say, maybe my messaging was horrible. But I tell you, when you get the feedback that you thought you were supposed to hear, if there's a constant going back and forth, if there's some engagement, now you're working with something. This is how advertisers get people attracted to their brand and convert those customers into revenue. And then to get repeat customers, why do you keep coming back, buy the same thing over and over again? Because you love it. Because you have an emotional connection to it now. That's called brand loyalty. Now, if you don't deliver, somebody's going to go and find the brand somewhere else. In our letter, what I told you when we were talking the other day, I said the meeting planner may be able to go somewhere else and find another women empowerment speaker, but they can only come to one place and find your brand, the unique way in which you deliver it. And that's the reason why all those buzzwords that I was helping you out with, that's the reason why that should complement your brand. And when you get the verbiage right, you will see a shift in your speaker business, because the meeting planner now is saying, oh, they're speaking my language. She understands exactly what we're struggling with, what we're suffering with, what is our deficiencies, our limitations. My God, is she got our office bugged? My clients say that to me all the time. Arletta, what did you say to me the other day when I was helping you out with your signature programs, when you were in crisis mode and we got some clarity going there? What did you say to me about, I wish I was what? You remember? You said something about my level of skill or something.
Well, I'm always trying to articulate everything. And like you said, I struggle with like dumbing things down, if you will, and putting them into layman's terms. I guess I don't struggle with delivery. I struggle with shaping and putting sentences together that say the same thing. Like we were putting together like points from my signature program. And so we found when we were going through, just throwing the words out there that actually matched my brand. Right. I was like surprised, because I was like, oh yeah, that is what I do. But the way that you put it and the way that you formed it, I could have never, that's not my superpower.
Well, guess what? This is what we're teaching you is world-class copywriting skills. It is your number one skill as a professional speaker. Because before you deliver it, it starts with you writing it out and having an idea of what it is that you want to say. See, this is why most speakers don't have any structure. That's a typical average motivational or inspirational speaker. So Arletta, let's just go with the numbers, because numbers don't lie. Why is it that 90% of people that join our platform, they are horrible copywriters or they struggle with it? It's not that they can't do it. It's just that the mechanism in their mind hasn't clicked to them understanding why. See, the coaching industry is full of a lot of what to do, but they're not really telling you why you should do it. And then they're not showing you how you should do it. The reason why you need to be a skilled copywriter is because your messaging needs to connect with the meeting planner, buyer of professional speaking services. It needs to connect with their pain. It needs to help them solve a problem. So your signature programs, you're basically a solutionist, and you're helping the meeting planner. The reason what prompts them to hire you, is it the way you got your nice pearls around your neck with a nice business suit? Yes. You have a beautiful brand. People are attracted to it. But then when they get past the sizzle, they're going to get into the messaging. They're going to get past that smoke. That smoke screen is going to last for a second. The meeting planner already knows when they go to my website, I cost money because my brand looks like it costs money. They already know they got to get the checkbook ready. Once they get past that initial shock, okay, pretty boy, what you got to offer now? See? Okay, pretty girl, what you got to offer now? Okay, guy or girl with the good brand, what do you have to offer me? Now, when it's done the right way, Arletta, here's the reason why I'm teaching you, and we're teaching you how to develop the messaging so it will connect with the meeting planner, because you are going to have to work less. You're not going to have to work as hard. Most speakers, 90% of them, even at the top of their game, and we got subject matter experts at a minimum of 10, 20, 30, 40 plus years of subject matter expertise on our platform. That's the average speaker, from 10, typically minimum, all the way up to 40 plus years. But they've never had to consider writing copy. Now, you know what that means? That means that a lot of speakers have been in the market, but they're just calling themselves motivational or inspirational speakers. Your average motivational or inspirational speaker, they have never put together a signature program in their lives. They don't really have a signature speech. They just get up there and talk out of their ass. They're all over the place.
So true. Oh my gosh.
How many Arletta, how many times have you been on a program and people came, because I know you've won awards for your speaking before, and because you're an astute entrepreneur, but how many times have you been on the same ticket with other speakers, but you can feel that they really don't have any structure?
Oh my gosh. Like every time.
All over the place.
Every conference, and I'm like wondering, like, how the hell did you get here?
How did you get hired?
Yes.
Right.
What did you know?
Well, watch this. On average, when you see a speaker that's horrible like that, they probably came for free, or they earn $0 to $1,000. Professional speakers can't get away with that. See, you are held to a higher standard. When the meeting planner writes you a check for 5, 10 plus thousand, typically you're on a celebrity fee structure when you're at the $10,000 plus range, like I am at 50,000 for a keynote. I mean, if they're going to spend that kind of money on a training, you can bet everything in your bank account that they want to get a return on their investment. See, that kind of fluffy era motivational speaker, you just want some people to come in there and feel good. Damn, I can call my uncle right now. Be like, yo, a community center has $500 for you. They want you to speak for 30 minutes. He's never made $500 for 30 minutes before in his life. So he can go up there and take the gig, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are the best fit. So the key to getting out of your way, and this comes up a lot, and speakers need to stop doing it to themselves, because you're being selfish. You're holding things back, because you should be building all of your fears, limitations, deficiencies. You should put it all inside of your messaging. You got to speak freely and unadulterated. You can't hold back, because if you're holding back, that means that you're going to look like every other speaker. See, this is how you create the differentiation that most speakers wish that they had. You know how many speakers I talk to? I mean, I can't even tell you what kind of numbers of how many speakers that I've talked to over the entire course of my career. Man, I wish I could be like Les Brown. Man, I wish I could meet Les Brown. And when they find out that I know him and he's one of my mentors, my dear friend, one of my colleagues, and I've spoken on the same stage with him at least 7 times, I've interviewed him, he's interviewed me. I mean, they're like, man, damn, they think that's the pinnacle. Just like Arletta, some people think being a TEDx speaker. I know some people right now cut their pinky finger off just to have that TEDx banner behind them, because they think that's the top of the game. But they don't realize that most speakers, they struggle with the messaging. See, I took the time as a speaker to analyze this. I figured it out. If your messaging isn't connecting with the meeting planner, they give you the side face emoji. If you're sounding like everybody else, if it's 10 speakers and I'm the closing keynote, you know what I do? Every single speaker, I sit there and I listen to everybody and I take notes. Okay, this person used a slogan or a catchphrase. I remember I told the story one time before on here, and I was it was at the time when Pepsi was doing a commercial with Ray Charles, and Ray Charles had a slogan called "You got the right one, baby," and he turned it into a song, and it was on fire like any other thing on social media. But this was before social media, so it was out of 10 speakers, 5 of them said to the audience, somebody said, "You got the right one, baby." Yeah, you got the right one, baby. I was like this by the time the second one did it. I was like, really? You guys are horrible. You don't have an original thought in your head. They pull things like that from pop culture because they don't know what else to say. They're not prepared. This is why you have to take the messaging serious. So if you don't want to wind up looking and being like anybody else, and I'm telling you right now, I deal with women empowerment speakers in your space every single day. I know them all. I'm making my business to know all of them and who's out there. You have a very unique brand because you are not afraid to be yourself. Now, all you got to do is just step to the side a little bit and just let the information out. I told you, go to the pain, because the pain is what you should be putting in your messaging, because you know how to, especially if you know how to fix the pain, because it's going to be somebody in your audience who is going to be struggling with the very thing that you're struggling with right now. And you are a speaker standing on your own 2 feet because you actually know how to repair and heal and transfer knowledge and facilitate and teach. This ain't got shit to do with motivation or inspiration. I save all my motivation and inspiration for myself. Half the shit that I'm telling all of you on the platform, I'm telling it to myself first. Then I share my thoughts. You know why? Because I'm not afraid to let you see me when I had pneumonia a couple months ago, when my lung capacity was only at 26%. I'm not afraid to let you see me when I'm at my worst. You're going to see me how you see me, but what you're going to get is the truth. And people are attracted to the truth. And if you do that shit consistently, these meeting planners will be on you like white on rice. They won't be able to get enough of you. And for all those meeting planners, and let me just be clear about this, for all the meeting planners that got wishes and dreams, everybody wants to book Gary Vee at $250,000. Everybody wants to book Les Brown, who's booked out 2 years in advance. Everybody wants to book the top speakers, but the top speakers ain't never available. Unless you can get them if you planned 2 years ago and now all of a sudden your conference is coming up and you say, okay, you just don't get a top speaker and have them show up at your event just like that. That's not how it works. But I tell you this, there are a whole lot more categories besides the keynote, the closing keynote, the draw, the one who puts the butts in the seats. Sometimes they have to fill 10, 15, 25, sometimes 50 plus speakers are at one conference. That's how the game works. So we don't need to worry about what everybody else is doing. Arletta, we need to focus in on our unique messaging. You already have it. You had it prior to you coming to speakerfocus.com. I'm just unleashing the beast. Please do not keep it in the cage. You have any other questions or comments?
I do. So recently, last week, I closed a contract for 10K, and I'll be speaking in St. Paul, Minnesota, coming up here on June 6th.
Good for you.
They want me to share my story. Now, this is what I've done before I came to you. That's what got me on TEDx. I also beat out 600 other participants, but that's what got me to that stage, was sharing my story. Now, since I've been involved with you, and I feel like I've been like almost dissecting what I actually do. When before I would just get up there, and you talked about this earlier, just getting up there and just telling your story,
right? But
without any framework behind it, without any, without knowing exactly how it all gets put together, or even being clear on the problem that you solve.
Right.
So for me, people are attracted to my story because it is an incredible story, and it is my truth and it is my experience. However, this particular company came looking for me because I match their mission and their goals and their values nationally. So they had some type of cancellation or whatever. They came in my inbox on LinkedIn and was just like, can you fill in for us June 6th? We don't care what your ask is or whatever. And I told them that I don't take less than 10K for a speaking engagement. And I set my bar, and I don't care who doesn't like it. I know I'm worth every damn penny. So I told them that I got no more. I didn't get any kickback on it, except for a contract sent over and me asked to sign it, and that's it. So now I'm getting ready to go present for 45 minutes on my story that I'm actually familiar with. But like I said, leadership values that authenticate purpose has been the call to my signature program since working with you.
Yep.
And so now I almost want to take pieces of that framework that I've already started to develop.
Yes.
And I kind of want to employ it into the messaging that I'm getting ready to put forth for community action partnerships, so that it attaches itself to my brand as well while I'm there.
Yeah, listen to me, Arletta. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Whenever you have an upcoming keynote, you were supposed to, that is where you're going to test out new products, new phrases, new brands, new slogans, new ways to present. You don't have to if you have a way in which you're presenting the keynote in a story, like sometimes you'll have a speaker that they just get hired to tell that story. They don't care if somebody's listened to the whole keynote online. They want that speaker. See, part of hiring a speaker on site is the experience. It's about the audience. They want you in the building. So you can still, if you have a keynote that's crafted, that it kind of goes the same way every single time, that's cool. But what I would do is just incorporate, like in your opening, perhaps you can just say, hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Arletta, and I teach that authenticate purpose. And you could open with the new mainstay headline, and then you could maybe just give like 4 bullets for your signature programs and just jump those in there and filter those throughout the story. Or you could have maybe 4 sections of the story. If it's 45 minutes, maybe you could just introduce the signature program and incorporate that and take an example or an experience from your story and just start filtering some of the new verbiage in there. Just put a little bit of it in there and test it, and then see how the audience responds to it. The reason why I used to tour so rigorously when I figured out how to market myself is because the more speaking engagements you have, you get a chance to test it. The reason why I love doing trainings, and because when I did a training, I was on tour for 2 weeks, maybe not the weekends, but like during the week. Monday, if my performance was a little bit off and I was teaching the same thing for the same company or a different division, maybe they would send me to a different part of their company. I could wake up, look at the curriculum again, and I could test out new things. Whenever I came off of a business training and I did a keynote, my keynote was always more powerful. So I would constantly take things that I would try live, because the good thing about an audience is they're going to let you know whether or not they like it or whether or not they don't like it. And you got to keep toying around with the verbiage until you tweak your messaging, until you get it so tight that it's literally flawless. Now, I can tell you right now that nobody just throws you a bone at 10K. You're worth more than that, and we're going to help get your fees up because you're an astute entrepreneur. See, they want to hire you at that level because something about your brand has that much value. And see, this is what I try to tell speakers all the time. You understand, Arletta, that you should be getting more, but you were like, okay, 10 is my baseline. I'm not getting out the door. And that's a good number for a TEDx speaker with the brand that you have. You should be marketing yourself as a celebrity speaker because that's what you are. And that's the type of fee structure that you should be receiving. Don't worry about it. Before the end of the year, we're going to have you up to 20K for an hour.
Thank you so much for that, Coach. I really appreciate that feedback. That's very, very helpful because I'm actually in the process of outlining the talk for that 45 minutes. So that helped me a lot with how to structure that and how to put like bits and pieces so I can work it in a little bit.
Yes,
and
just
still
just
meet my audience and also be able to help solve their problem, because their issue is poverty in America and self-sufficiency. So I already speak on self-sufficiency. I've won national awards for it and also statewide awards for self-sufficiency. But my thing is they want more people that look like me to understand that structure too. How did I utilize their programming in order to become an accomplished entrepreneur?
Arletta, I'm trying to think, is this the same community action? They deal with housing projects and things of that nature?
Absolutely. It's the national organization, National Community Action and Partnerships of America. Yeah,
Community Action, excuse me, is one of my old clients. I dealt with the one in Richmond. They had a community action day at one of the housing projects, and I went there and spoke to their youth authority many years ago. I do remember that's why I remember that name. But yeah, you're dealing with them on a national level, and they had a great they had a great offer, and you took it. So what I remember, just simplify as you are incorporating the things from your new signature programs into the keynote speech and break it up. You can introduce the signature programs actually, and then you can go right into it. A way to do that is, Arletta, what's one of your signature programs, by the way? I'm gonna show you what you should be doing.
Authentic
Authentic-based leadership?
Leadership, yes.
Okay.
That's like my number one.
Yeah. So, okay. So you can start it out like this. After you introduce, I would definitely incorporate your mainstay headline because it's just beautiful. So to start out, my name is Arletta and I'm here to teach you. Give me your mainstay headline.
Leadership values that authenticate purpose.
Yeah. What I want to talk to you about tonight is leadership values that authenticate your purpose. And then you're going to get into, obviously you're going to do your opening, however your opening goes. And then you're going to get into, okay, so the first part of my messaging, I want to talk about authentic-based leadership. Because if you're going to be an effective leader, you are not going to be able to do that working out of broke, begging, and desperation mode. So I want to talk to you how you get out of poverty through education. And then you could just go on one thing leads to another. You got it?
Effective leadership, working out of broke, begging, and what else did you say?
Broke, begging. Oh, Arletta's trying to take some notes and write it down. No problem.
You think I'm not? My notebook is out. I don't play KCR.
Yeah. Listen. Excuse me. I've done it so much. I can take anybody's topic and move the words around in my head because I understand how it needs to be done. So again, you could say, if I'm here to talk to you, the first thing I want to talk to you about tonight is authentic-based leadership. Now, if you're going to be authentic as a leader and you're going to move yourself out of an impoverished environment, the first thing is going to be about education. If you want to get out of broke, begging, and desperation mode. So my story tonight is about how I was able to come out of that, and I did it through education. Now
that's powerful.
I'm the best you've ever seen, Arletta.
That's true, though. It's crazy because you have not heard my entire story, but that is exactly how I did it.
Yeah, because I listen to speakers all the time. I understand your brand. I help people develop their brands, and it's fun. You know, when all you're doing really is visualizing what needs to be said. See it and then say it, Arletta. See it first and then say it. That's the reason why it flows when I'm not really familiar with your maybe your topic. I don't know it like the back of my hand, but I know. I just know what needs to be done. I know what. So that's how you incorporate the new signature programs into what you were currently doing. Now, I want you to stand on what you've been currently doing because you've been good at that. You don't need to dismantle your entire messaging. It's great. What we're doing is we're just taking we're getting it to a level. We're just getting it to a level of mastery. That's all. You already got it inside of you. Honestly, I get a lot more credit than what I deserve because I can see what's there. And our job at speakerfocus.com is just to polish up the diamond. That's why you do business with us.
Oh, well, thank you. I've been full thus far. I can't lie. Your feedback has been an enormous help for me thus far. And I feel myself leveling up, even with all of the extra, because like you said before, we can't set down personal things. We can't set down all of the different intricate details of life that happens at the same time while we're building.
Right.
But we can take what we're learning along the way and apply it. It's almost immediate application for me. And so I really appreciate the support. I appreciate you being here tonight on this call and getting me to the place where I could get on the call because I couldn't figure out how to get here.
It's all good.
And also thank you to whoever else is in the community that's watching. Thank you to whoever's commenting and saying, I love your questions and your energy. Thank you all for being here and even allowing me this platform to be able to learn more and to apply. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, we definitely thank you so much for that. And there's no way we could do it without subject matter experts like you. We all need help. Me and Austin are in masterminds that cost a lot of money where, we need guidance from other people about what we're supposed to be doing at a higher level and to generate more revenue. This stuff does not come with a manual, and it's difficult, damn near impossible to figure it out on your own. And I deal with people that are in the same spinning wheel mode that I was a lot of times in my career. And anytime I feel like I don't have it figured out, anytime I feel like I'm stuck, then I need more education. I need more training. I need more knowledge. I haven't taken 276 personal and professional business development seminars for no reason. 276 plus, over 3,500 books in my personal library that I read. I constantly do research every single day. I force in new learning every day because I got to stay sharp. I got to stay on the edge at all times. I am a walking reservoir of creative copy. That's my number one skill, is being a copywriter. I've always been a great writer, but I've learned how to become good at converting marketing language into revenue, because I'm telling you right now, at the end of the day, that's what gets the money. So you're going to do great for your keynote speech. I'm proud of you that you're standing on that dollar amount. I guarantee you they probably would have given you probably 15, close to 20, but that's another conversation. Don't worry about it. It's always the next time. And what you want to do with your keynote speeches and your business trainings, whenever you perform, you want to think about what you could have done better the next time and keep growing your speaker business. You're always going to have this platform to come back to, because as a collective, we all are better off than we are. We're all better off than when we first started, because you can tap into other resources on this platform of people that are struggling with the same thing as you. And then we just have the experience in marketing and the speaking industry where we can answer these questions for you to get you over the hump, so you don't have to guess anymore. Because right now, you don't have time to waste on guessing. We want you to know exactly what to do, and then get out there in the market and then utilize it. And then watch this, come back to me and give me some feedback. Hey, KTR, I tested my new signature programs out and it felt good. One of them I could have done a little bit better on, but the next time you speak, it's a constant process improvement. Okay?
Got it. Got it. Thank you
We
so
love
much.
you. We love you. You're welcome. We love you and we're proud of you. Is that the last question or comment you had?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll talk to you real soon. I can't wait to get some more feedback from you. I already approved your bio. That's already good to go. So
yes, and I've already uploaded that to my website, and so it's active on there now.
Cool.
I changed out the additional language with the feedback that you gave me. Also, restructuring the front page so that they know exactly who my audience is. Also flipped around some of those words that led more into leadership, so that those that are looking for leadership-based training can find me more with ease. And now I'm working on also the speaker one sheet. Yes. Because for this meeting, I need to have a speaker one sheet now.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you need some feedback on that as well, send that over to support@speakerfocus.com as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Aletta. Be well. Talk to you real soon. Brian Rehorn. I believe that's Brian. Brian Foster, Brian Rehorn. Which Brian? Wait a minute. Brian, talk to me. What Brian is this? Brian Foster, Brian Rehorn?
Brian Rehorn.
Rehorn. Okay. What's going on, brother?
Good to be back.
Hey, man. What's your question or comment or observation?
Comment. Nothing happens in God's time by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you talked about is what I've been living in my personal life. You know, the situation with my health.
Yes, sir.
Well, I just got a call last week that the lawyer quit the firm and I have to start all over again.
Okay. With this lawsuit you got going on.
Yeah, 4 years down the road. Now I got to start all over again.
Okay.
Just don't quit. Now, just before that, before I got that, I was thinking about abandoning the case altogether. I was thinking about, I called up my insurance agent and said, how could I, what does a 65-year-old need to have insurance? What's a comfortable number? And I'm waiting for them to come back on that. I'm willing to give all that up to move on in this business, in life, period. You know, this thing, social media, I haven't been on it because of the case. I don't want to risk it, but I'm like, for the last 2.5 years, I've been paralyzed because of it, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. So
and I understand that. And listen, just to interject real quick, I understand that because a lot of speakers on our platform, they are involved in litigation. And if it's an injury type of thing, They're just looking for you to do something on your social media so they can use it against you.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
he's walking around. It doesn't look like anything's wrong with, it's a lot of that going on. So I understand, but you know what? Your day is going to come. We've had several students that are now able to post on their social media because they got it behind them. And it does take time, and it does wear you down. But you know what, Brian? Remember, the goal needs to be bigger than the fear.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's just a test of patience, brother. That's all.
All right. Now, in the background, I joined a copywriting company. I do copywriting. I do free writing. You mentioned one time, leaders are readers.
Yes.
I remember. I read a book a week. Good. I made it a point to read on any subject. I just read it on the wars back in Abraham Lincoln days, when we were taking over the Indians.
Right.
I want anything on the mind, health, just read for the information to get into it. And, I got on that website with what do meeting planners do? Or what's their greatest fear? How could you help them? So I've been doing that. I've been doing a lot of stuff in the background because I can't do it in the whatchamacallit, but I have a plan. My message today is get a plan, stick to it, and don't give up. And that's what I'm doing. And you're a big part of that.
Well, thank you, Brian. Well, listen, brother, we love you and we appreciate your dedication. And, when you go through these rough times, and it definitely is a test to your patience. It makes you want to give up some days, especially when it's not going right. But something goes off in your mind when you have a goal bigger than yourself. And I was talking to somebody the other day because I have to draw from my own personal references every day when I'm talking to people. I don't get in a flow of a necessary sales pitch. I just have a conversation with people. And sometimes the conversation is necessary to customize it based upon who you're talking to, because people are at different places. Some people I talk to and things are going extremely well. They are at a time in their lives when things are going well. So when things are going well, you don't really think about risk, because your shit is flowing and bills are getting paid and everything's great. You're in great health. But then there's a lot of different categories of people that's not just doing well. It's people that still want to move forward with their goal, but they got some shit going on. Like most of us. I got a lot of shit going on right now. And typically what that means is that when you got a lot of shit going on, you're going to have to fight for what that next level looks like. And that means going through physical, medical, any diseases that you're fighting, anything that's going on.
Hey, you a fly in my mind.
Hey, let me tell you something. A lot of what I say, people can relate to me because I just tell it like it is. I'm not afraid to tell you when I'm broke down and when shit is not going right. It is what it is. I have a responsibility when I wake up, that when I'm not feeling at my best, then I realize what I have to do. See, that when I'm feeling anxiety, when I'm feeling like, anxiety rolls up on me at least 4 times a month. That's an average of once a week, where I start to get that little feeling like something isn't going right, or I feel overwhelmed, whatever it is. So I go into attack mode. I'm like, oh, hell no. Now I got to go take me a long walk. No, there's a reason why mentally and emotionally I'm feeling this way, because I'm not performing at the highest level. There's a lot of stress that comes along with that. Managing a sales funnel of this magnitude, there's a lot of stress that comes along with that. The fucking walls feel like they're closing in on my ass. So that's the reason why taking care of my health in a better fashion, exercising, all the things I know I'm supposed to be doing, sitting in my massage chair, getting my proper rest. Those things I used to take for granted, but I don't take them for granted anymore, because I realize that that's helping me out. And I still don't have it down all the way. I'm still learning. And it's a test of your patience, Brian, when you're going through a process, when you're like, damn, I just want to be there. Like I want to be on stage speaking. I want this lawsuit shit to be over. Like you just want to teleport yourself to the end. But the end doesn't happen until the end is ready to happen. What we do oftentimes is we focus so much on the end and we don't enjoy the experience as we're walking through it. And that's all I want you to do, Brian. I want you to enjoy the good, the bad, and a whole lot of ugly, because it's better than not being here at all.
Oh, that's the case. Within the last month, I had to run from Florida to New Jersey to take care of a serious family problem with my son.
Okay.
And then while I was up there, a friend of mine of 58 years died.
Wow.
And they thought I was in Florida.
Sorry to hear
that. I was in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard that they were giving his last rites, I said, I'll be there in an hour. They were like, what? I said, yeah, I'm in Jersey.
Wow.
So how'd that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just don't give up. Just don't give up. No, I don't give a shit. Just don't give up. Hey, I'm from New York. You know?
Yeah, we know, Brian.
But I say everybody's got to be from somewhere, but you have to have that mindset of this is who I am, this is where I'm from, and if you don't like it, there's the door. Don't hit your ass on the way out.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all.
You know.
And I'll let her hit it on the head just now when she said, "What I get from you, I act on it right away." That's what I heard. And word, that's it. That's what I'm continuing to learn. Is act on it right away. If you can't do nothing about it, if you can take care of it right now, do it. If you can't, forget it, move on. Go back to a priority time, make that list. My day starts the night before with a good night's rest.
Good. Brian, it's the last couple times that that you were on, and it's it's been a while. I know you've been going through a lot of stuff. It's good to hear that you have that kind of constitution about you right now. Even after the attorneys dropped the ball with the lawsuit and you're still moving forward with it anyway. But to hear that in your voice lets me know that, I'm catching you on a good day, and that's a good thing. And as long as you have good vibes, the good vibes has got to fight the negative vibes all the time. It's a constant, it's warfare.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of times, I don't win every day the way I want to. But I stay on top of it enough where I don't feel like it got the best of me. If I could go to sleep knowing that life didn't get the best of me for that day, or my goals didn't get the best, but it happens a lot. It's a constant struggle. But I wake up and I do the best I can. I pick my 7 to 10 things I'm going to focus on, and then what I'm doing is I'm looking at when it's time to pull the plug and shut it down. And that time for me is right around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I just don't have any energy left because I get up at 5 or 6 every day. And then that's it. Then I have to see, I didn't used to look at rest the way I look at rest. I used to look at rest like, oh man, I got to stay up as long as I can because I got shit to do. No, what I need to do is I need to repair and heal from a cellular level. And then I need to get my 7 or 8 hours of sleep. And then when I wake up, it gives me enough energy to finish everything I have going early in the morning, all the way up until that period of time. And if I don't have any energy left, it's just too bad, but I still got my shit done.
That's like, I go to bed at 10, I get up at 5. I can't believe by 12 o'clock, all my shit's done. I'm like, well, what do I do now?
That's what I'm saying. Brian, my most productive time, bro, is from, I'm telling you, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning is my favorite time of the day. You know why? Because that's when I wake up and I don't have any strategy calls. My calendar opens up at 10 a.m. And then, my calendar used to be open at 6 a.m. If I kept it open 24 hours, it'd be fucking full from top to bottom. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to stay sane.
That's where I make sure I make Brian time.
Yes.
Absolutely. I take 3 times a week. I take a half hour. I go to the pool just for a half hour.
Good.
I'll relax in the sun, and that's it. Good. That's my time. Nobody's messing with it. Not even me. Yep. I'm not messing with it. Yep. I just go with it. Yeah, I'm
entitled to that.
Absolutely.
You're entitled to it. And as you're sharing these kind of things, and the students on our platform, again, the people that even the ones that don't share, but they still get the messaging. I love it when, you know, when you're consistent, you end up winning, because what giving up does is it teaches you to quit. And when you quit and you give up on a thing, how the hell are you going to give up on something that you're really, really passionate about? This is the reason why I would suggest to anybody, you should be focusing on the thing that you are the most passionate about. Because if it's not passion driven, if you don't understand your assignment, if you don't understand that it's tied into your purpose, if you're not so fulfilled with this one thing, and mine is sharing the gift of communication, it makes me fulfilled. I have to do it more than I have to breathe. I love doing it. I love everything about it. It makes me feel like I'm a high 24 hours a day. I'm not willing to give it up for anybody or anything. I am not going to do it. Everything I'm going to be in this life is going to come from me being an effective communicator. Now, what I realize is that when you have a dream, you're going to have to fight for it in order to live it. I live my dream every single day. Most people are trying to chase theirs. I live it. I caught up to my dream a long time ago. I responded to the calling.
Freedom is not free, man. You got to work for it.
Freedom isn't free. Exactly. I've been self-employed for 36 years. It's not free. You're going to sacrifice. You're going to bust your ass. And when it gets hard, and it is going to get hard, you think it wasn't hard when my shit was sitting tree high facing foreclosure? When the water, gas, electric, utilities was cut off multiple times, bankruptcies multiple times. You think when I was going through all of that stuff, but I had a little piece of light. And I've always had this ability, no matter how bad it was, no matter how depressed I was, I always saw a little piece of light.
Right, and it wasn't a train coming at you either.
No, it was a little piece of light. It was some hope. It was some type of it's gonna be okay moment. And you know what I kept doing? I kept working my way through it. I kept working my way through it. I kept working my way through it. And then one day you're going to wake up and the cloud is going to be lifted. And that little light is going to start opening up. And it's that silver lining that you're going to see. And inside of that is going to be opportunity. And it's your responsibility to connect one opportunity to the next opportunity and always find that little piece of light. You know, it's interesting, Brian, as we're having these conversations. Rico McElroy, I see your hand up. I'll be right with you. I study every kind of speaker you can possibly imagine. I was listening to Farrakhan recently. He was talking about fear, faith, and belief. And he said he had one of his brothers over at his house, and he put a mustard seed in his palm. He said he could barely see it. So that mustard seed is the smallest seed on planet Earth. And that's why they say you should have faith of a mustard seed. Right. You can barely see it, but all you need is just a little bit. The slightest amount is the shit that's going to get you to push through and get to the other side. That's all you need. That's all you need. So you could call it positive thinking. You could call it your belief in a higher power. You could call it whatever you want to call it. But I have always believed in myself, even in my darkest hour. And it's just the way I'm wired. Now, I've learned to train my brain in such a way that when shit starts going bad, I say, you know what I got to do? I got to get active. I got to shake some shit up. I got to move some stuff around. I got to try something different. I cannot afford to remain to be comfortable. That's why I'm jumping on the plane tomorrow. I got a big business meeting tomorrow. I'm getting out of here because I realize I got to make something else happen on a whole nother level. More is required of me. If more is required, Brian, that means I've got to do more. That means I've got to educate more. That means I got to add people to my team. That means I've got to learn the game in a better fashion so I don't feel like it's on top of me. I'm on top of it.
Word. Holy shit. You just spoke on so many different levels that I'm going through.
I understand you, brother. It's important that if we're gonna call each other brothers, and I'm my brother's keeper, then I just can't be blowing smoke up your ass and giving you some feel-good sermon. That ain't what this is about.
Hey, right back at you.
Yeah, when I say I relate to you, I've been at the lowest of the lowest. And that's what life is going to offer you sometimes. It's not going to be the bed of roses that we want it to be. I'm looking for the difficulties. I'm embracing the sacrificing. I want the pain. You've got to be willing to accept that. The pain of loneliness, of sitting here in my office, working on my signature programs and building everything. I have to be in my own thoughts with that. I don't have my staff around me doing all this stuff. I've already given them a to-do list. They already know what they're supposed to be doing. Austin has his responsibilities, but I got shit on my plate that I need to do. Sometimes it's frustrating. God damn, Austin wants me to work on a new piece of technology. Shit. Haven't I learned enough already? No, you haven't. That's what I tell myself. No, you haven't, bro. You still got a whole lot to learn.
You know what I love what you said, and I've been saying this a lot lately. What's coming out of my mouth applies to me first.
Yes.
Absolutely.
How do you expect to help your client base if it doesn't apply to you first?
Amen.
How? You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. Watch this. Do you know how many times? Well, Brian, I'm not calling you a hypocrite. I'm just saying in general, we don't do that. If we don't do that, we're hypocrites. How many times have we given advice to somebody? Well, we haven't taken the advice ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. My first sponsor told me that. He goes, when somebody comes up and gives you advice, run away. Because what they're really saying is, here, take my advice. I don't use it.
Right. And it's so easy as a speaker, coach, or consultant, a subject matter expert, leading authority, trusted advisor, a specialist. It's easy to get on the soapbox and start talking to people about what you're good at and tell your entire audience what they should be doing and talking down to them.
Yeah, and they'll be falling asleep in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and a lot of speakers do that, and they're assholes. I'm going to tell you what the audience really appreciates. They really appreciate it when you dig deep inside and you pull up some dirt on yourself and you share that dirt. You expose yourself. You share an embarrassing moment. You share when you were cut, when you were bruised, when you were all bandaged and stitched up, when you were laying on the side of the road like a deer carcass and nobody was trying to come save you. You had that awakening, and you were not embarrassed to share your deficiencies and limitations with people. And that is the reason why we got the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing, because me and Austin have the same vision. We're not putting on airs. I don't play dress up with my emotions just to look like some big shot CEO. I go through shit like each and every one of you every single day. But I'm telling you, if you can just take with all the shit that you've been through and you can just hold on for dear life, and sometimes, watch this, barely holding on is better than letting go. But sometimes you got to let go of all the bullshit in your life that's holding you back. Because some of you don't want to let go of old habits, bad relationships, this literally keeping you in one spot right now. You got to be smart enough that when you hear the universe calling you, you got to be smart enough to be able to say, damn, as much as I love my family, they just are not going to be able to climb to the top of Mount Everest with me. As much as I want my family and my boys and my people in my circle, as much as I want them to go with me, I'm going to be at the top of this hill all by myself. And I realize that because the journey of me getting to the top of the hill, that journey that I have to go through, that cross I have to bear, when I actually get to the top, it's lonely at the top, but the view is absolutely beautiful. And that view that I'm going to be able to achieve, the experience in the education that I got, that's going to be the thing that's going to allow me to get out there and live out the full manifestation of my purpose. And I am going to be able to touch their lives that is part of my assignment. And I ain't worried about what else is going on. And that's why I wake up every single day. And I could give you this kind of energy on the Monday Q&A call. That's the reason why I can do it, because I live off of purpose. This is a different kind of gas tank that I tap into when I'm on these Monday calls, Brian. This ain't me talking to you, bro.
No,
This is the Most High.
It sounds like you're finished. How do you say? You're not switching seats on the Titanic anymore.
Bro, I'm in the zone.
I hear you.
That's what happens when you're walking in your purpose and you can do your thing, and you're gonna sound like a genius, and you're gonna sound like you have it all figured out. But go back to when your ass didn't have it figured out. Because I talk to that KTR every single day. I talk to the person I was before these three initials with the little man pointing to the sky was a logo. I go back and talk to him. I go back and talk to the person who every business he ever started was undercapitalized. I go back and talk to the guy who really didn't value education when he first started. I go back to the person who was trying to help everybody else, but wasn't getting any help. I was overcompensating for so many other people around me because I wanted them to feel like I felt. But they didn't give a damn about my emotions and my feelings, and they sure as hell didn't care about the bank account. Brian, I see Rico, he has a question. Let me get to him, brother. Listen, man.
Oh, yes.
Listen, thank you for showing up for us on multiple occasions, and thank you for continuously growing as a person. I got nothing but love and respect for you, brother. And let me tell you something. You are going to get the victory in the end, because all you got to do is see just a little piece of light like that mustard seed, bro, and hold on to that every single day. All right.
You got it.
All right, man. Talk to you real soon. Let me tell you something. I earn my money on the Monday Q&A call. This is one of the most fulfilling parts of me and Austin doing our job and our responsibility to deliver information to you. And it's one of the things I really look forward to. Arletta, I see. I'm gonna give you the fist pump emoji. Arletta just said KTR with a bunch of exclamation marks. Okay, Rico, talk to me, brother.
Hey, KTR, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Coming through loud and clear.
Okay, cool. I know most times I'll be on the call. I'll be in the lab, but I'm not there. I'm out in between two places.
Cool.
Meeting with my daughters for the basketball season, but I stepped out so I could get on the training call today.
Nice, man. Nice.
Awesome.
What's your question or your comment?
Oh yeah. Thanks for the feedback you gave me earlier. I am typing it back to you on that.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just adding up, of course, my costs and all like that for me to do it. Because it's with live. It ain't like just myself. It's with other live, people. So
Gotcha.
Definitely we'll do that. But I really just wanted to just say thanks for what you shared last week, just keeping it 100 as always. And, from time to time, I did battle a more of a limited belief. Like last week, I just got hit with some kind of devastating that went with my son, with my middle son, and then some other things happening. And man, I just really felt like I hit like a lid, dude. Like I was there. I don't know. I just felt like I think the limiting belief it's like every time you get ready to come up or you growing, it's like something just tries to come and just snatch away the air underneath you. And that's how I felt last week. As great as we had our time, we talked last week on Monday. Tuesday on up, that's when I really got hit. So my thing is, like, how in KTR's world and how you deal with it. When you're facing that limited belief, do you step back to get a breather? How do you really? I mean, I've heard you kind of talk about it, but I mean, I feel like I've already broken through, or I feel like the jail door is already open, right? It's just when you're getting up from the bench to walk to the jail door, it's all kind of noise.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to focus to get there. So a limiting belief for me that I've been dealing with is maybe it has been kind of self-sabotage. But I'm so focused now to where instead of me jumping from one thing to the next, I'm just committed. And and sometimes it seems easier. I don't know if that's a dopamine effect or whatever, but sometimes it seems easier when you hit the fan or when you hit the wall right there. It can seem easier to retreat or do something that takes you away or gets your mind off the tough thing instead of just really just breaking through.
Yeah.
That's just kind of where I am in a sense, you know. Like I said, my oldest son graduated Friday. Some things deal on with him as a young 18-year-old, and just a lot, man. But I'm not complaining, but I think vulnerability is the key to effective leadership. And
Yeah.
I just keep it 100 and just like, man, how do you? I don't have to pretend with you. I don't, and if I do, I know you know I'm not telling the truth.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's just. I think I'm closer. I'm right at it, or I've already overcome. But I just think it's something that's trying to keep me, making me think that I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I just wanted to just talk straight from the gut, straight from the heart about it, and
Well,
just hear it from you.
Well, as always, I can hear it in your voice that that is heavy on you. So, and I always, I care about our students on our platform, and when I hear that, there's something in it, and give me a second. We all got to go through these moments, Rico, and it's when you reach the breaking point, when you're right there, and this feeling comes up, like I said, once a week for me. It's that with the voice that pops up into your head that says, man, I know you're a bad boy, but can you really do this? Are you built for it? And as much as we want to say, yes, I am built for it, and I want to push through, and I know I'm going to get through it. But when you're going through it, it's taxing emotionally. And as men, Rico, we don't really want to deal with emotions. And I've had to deal with more during the pandemic emotionally and what's come out than I've ever had to deal with before in my life. When you've been on the grind as long as me and Auston have been on the grind, and you've been managing a sales cycle and it blows up, and the expectation to come along with it and the performance pressure is grueling. There's no other way to say it. I'm having fun. Your ass is going to pay the price to be the man that you want to be. And that's what's happening to you right now, Rico. And it wears you down. This is the reason why sleep is so important. See, I used to play around with my sleep 2-4 hours. I'm high energy like that. I could still do it right now if I wanted to. But as I've gotten older, my performance is affected if I don't recharge my battery properly. And I'm telling you, you ask me how I do it. When I don't have the proper sleep, things can jump on me. When I'm worn down, things jump on me. Whether or not that's me being sick, my immune system being broke down, but I'm talking about spiritually and mentally. How do I keep my shit wired tight? It's all because I'm able to fight, because I got the energy to fight when I wake up every single day. I don't play with my rest anymore. Anything that's got to compromise me getting to my chair, my massage chair, between 9 and 10 o'clock when I'm breaking down, then I simply just get rid of it. I don't care what else is going on, because I got to be prepared for the fight. This is what's happening to you, Rico. This is going to happen. You're going to second guess yourself. You're going to say, damn, what I've been doing. Sometimes you'll be doing the same thing, and all of a sudden shit ain't working no more. You got to be like, hold up. Wait a minute. I was paying my bills. I was taking care of my family. I've been doing the same thing for 2 years. Well, guess what? What you've done for the last 2 years is not enough to get you through to the next 2 years. And that's why I'm jumping on the plane tomorrow so I can shake some stuff up. I need to see something different. I need to experience something different. I need to understand what's going on in other people's circle. Rico, when that happens to you, you got to get into attack mode. But as much as we say, oh, I'm a real hustler, I was born a hustler, I'm on the grind, I'm out here doing the damn thing. As much as we say all of that, you know, fluffy kind of ego stuff, and you do need to be full of that kind of confidence so you can get through. But on the days when you don't have it, who's there showing up for you? And sometimes you ain't got nobody. Even when you got everybody, you still ain't got nobody. And that's the reason why you have got to, I call it every day, Rico. Rico, by the way, are you still with me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you good.
I call it emptying your emotional trash can every single day. This almost broke down in tears. I had to pull my shit together because I'm there with you right now, bro. When I was talking to Brian, I'm right there with you. See, don't let the outward appearance fool you about everybody what's going on social media. Anybody that is doing something and they're successful on a high level, they are paying the price. The game is going to take a piece of your ass every single day in some kind of way. It's going to suck the life's blood out of you. It's going to try to kill your ass. And this is the reason why I just signed up with a company called Viome that attacks disease at a cellular level. Auston turned me on to it. I got everybody on my family on it right now. I have an app that tells me what my superfoods are, tells me what foods I need to stay away from. I am going to conquer high blood pressure once and for all. It is a constant battle, like I got a drug addiction because I like food. So I got to learn how to eat better so I don't have that to worry about. I'm getting attacked. Yeah. So if I'm getting attacked, if I keep allowing myself to get attacked, I'm going to go under. And another thing, Rico, is it's impossible to be Superman in every category all at the same time. I'm not the best husband right now. Want me to tell you why? Because but I tell you this, because I'm a badass entrepreneur right now. But the other categories of my life are languishing because over the last couple of months, I've had to do shit and turn it up on a whole nother level. I've had to put some more people on the team. I understand more is required out of me. But now I got to go back and you got to clean some stuff up. I'm still managing those areas, but not to the best of my ability. You can't be, I'm not Superman, but I do have superpowers. But you can't be Superman in every category at the same time. So what I've had to learn to do is let go of the guilt. I had to let go of, oh, I can't be there for my family. See, if you're losing sleep over feeling guilty because you're not there for your kids and you're not there for your woman or you're not there for your significant other, you can't be there for everybody. But I tell you this, my focus is on one thing at a time. So I've learned over the years to not feel guilty when I'm not there doing this because I understand what my assignment is. Yeah. Rico, you want to be locked into the universe? You want to do what the Most High has put you on this earth to do? Or you want to feel guilty of the collateral damage that's caused because you're into your assignment and your purpose? Because you can't do both, brother.
Right.
And it wears you down. So my thing is, let's go back to your sleep. How much sleep you getting every night to fight the demons that you got to deal with every single day?
I just got 6 last night. 6 on last night and on Saturday. So I had 6 and maybe 7. I'll try to get to 8, man. But like I said, since I haven't been able to get to 8 as much, especially since I'm ex-military, man. I just don't. It's like 8. It's like that's like Mount Everest, man.
I understand.
I mean, I get 6, or if I get 6, maybe to 7, that's probably good for me. You know what I mean?
Watch this. If you're getting 6 and you could wake up the next day and you're still productive, then see, my thing is, if you don't have structure, then
Yeah.
every single thing is going to take a little piece of your time. You got to protect and guard your time. You can't let anything disrupt the focus of the moment, because if so, you're not going to be able to get that one thing done. See, I just move on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. I got to fly out tomorrow, so I got my assistant coming over real early, and she's going to help me pack and a bunch of other stuff that I know I need to do. And I'm going to get on that plane free. Everything is going to be taken care of at my house, so I don't have to worry about anything. That's just what I go through when I go out of town. So to deal with the stresses, I stay organized and I simplify. Remember, Rico, organization is the foundational principle of success. And I refuse to work out of chaos, because chaos is too much stress. Rico, think about everything you have going on in your life right now. And Rico, I've never said this to you before, but something that's compelling me to tell you this is that because you and I, we cut from the same cloth. You're high energy and you are a very caring man. Typically, men are not wired like that. We don't give a shit about emotion.
Right.
But you're an emotional person. You care. You're passionate. In some areas of your life, Rico, you got to start caring less, because they're sucking the nice blood out of you. And that energy that you're spending on other people, trying to make it right for them, trying to get them where you are, you got to start being selfish in a positive way. See, I learned that. I learned that the majority of the people that I was trying to get to level up, they had no interest in leveling up. As much as they want to say that they want to level up, that's bullshit. The reason why I'm CEO of the world's #1 platform for speaker marketing is because I put the fucking work in to do that. I did everything Auston asked me to do. I had to learn a whole nother way of thinking that I really didn't want to do, but I realized I had to do it. See, I was afraid of technology like a lot of you are. But that man came into my life, taught me another way of thinking. This is the reason why I share these thoughts with you on the Q&A. Sometimes this shit ain't got nothing to do with your questions. This is a mindset. And today I feel amazing when I jump on a group call. Y'all don't care about what's going on in my life. You want me to serve you in a specific way. Certain things I need to say to you. And that's the reason why I say it. Because ain't nobody else going to say it to you. It's my responsibility to say it to you. You got to start getting your rest, and you got to trim the fat. And you got to stop caring so much about things that don't give a damn about you. Am I making sense?
You're making sense. One thing I did do to trim things in order, especially on my calendar. Man, I had to change my calendar to not let it be open each day. I had to be like Mondays and Wednesdays are like me days, like content days.
Yep.
Like Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are meeting days. Now, I did make an exception this coming Friday because I have a couple of deals that I have to, work through. But I'm saying having that kind of order, real talk, yes, I'm definitely an extrovert. Details is not necessarily my thing, but the thing is, I've learned to improve or either work with someone who is to help me stay focused, because like sometimes, bro, it's amazing. You hear it, like you're encouraging other people and you seeing them win and you're happy for them.
Yep.
But like, I'm not one of those fake ministers that's gonna tell you like, I don't have no feelings. Like, man, I'm happy for my people winning. And sometimes you feel like, you kind of feel left out. And I think, I said this yesterday, I really said this too. I said, it's interesting how you can be around, I'm the type, I have to be around certain people who are not afraid to tell me. You know what I mean? If I ask you if I'm being vulnerable enough to be like, hey, like what's up? And instead of like antagonizing me because I make that decision to be that way, and you misunderstand it, or you feel like, well, I'm too afraid to say that. I'm like, if you're too afraid, then obviously you're not really a friend.
Right.
Or you're not really feeding into what's important, what's needed for me right now in this particular season. So, KTR, I really am. When I say level up, you said a whole lot of mouthful, because one of the biggest things you just talked about is you have to really, in a way, not care. And for someone who cares, that can be challenging.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do have people, it's not, wife, we're good. But, it's the thing sometimes, even like with my boys, I got teenage boys, man.
Mm-hmm.
And like, sometimes it's like, it like nags me, right? And then two, when it comes to not really caring, because this is how I can be. If I'm in the middle of something, let me just say it like this. Remember how MJ was. Whenever people talk trash to MJ, they regretted it. He was already on a high level. But then when they talk trash to him, it was like, oh man, I didn't mean to wake that beast up. Well, see, that's how it is with me. Like, if I get poked, it shouldn't be like that where I get poked, but I'm saying, like, sometimes I've been rejected or denied for a while, and it's like I'm always proving. But then I had to get to the point where it's like, you know what? Why do I even have to waste my energy and time with people that will never be customers or never believe, even if they do share my last name? I'm not talking. I'm talking like, because I'm KTR. I'm really breaking the poverty mindset, man.
Yeah.
I'm really breaking that, and I'm telling you, dude, I kind of feel a little weight of that. And sometimes I'll do things. Do things that they don't see, but I'm just like, hey, I don't want to be like that, So
That's why
I'm just kind of pouring my heart out with you.
No problem. And just to interject, that's the reason why I said what I said to you, because I hear that in your voice. And I know you're holding on to that. You want other people around you to win, but they don't see it. And you are not to the point, and I've been there before. I know how that feels. You don't want to leave them behind. There's guilt that comes along with that. A lot of them, it almost feels like they feel like they're entitled to the new education, to the new level of success, with the accoutrements that come along with that. One of the bankruptcies I filed, I did what MC Hammer did. He did it with $30 million. I probably did it with maybe 700,000.
Yeah.
Right. I just was taking people shopping. I was spending that 700,000 like I had, $5 million. And everybody was along for the ride. They saw that I started doing really well in real estate, and they just kept taking. They kept coming around. They weren't the one in the foxhole taking the shrapnel, but they sure as hell wanted to raise the flag and be there for the victory party every single time. And see, when I was a younger cat, I'm extroverted, and I don't mind being emotional, but that's when my focus wasn't selfish. See, now I understand that the more time I give to other things and other people, then the less I'm focusing on my assignment. And I didn't have the discipline when I was younger to focus on my assignment. So therefore, I let everybody else's distraction. See, their priorities and their bills, I cared about it more than I cared about my own stuff. I was helping them attain success, and I should have been putting that energy into me. But these are hard lessons that we have to learn. And this is why the mindset, Rico, is it's lonely at the top, but the view is absolutely beautiful. You are still, an extrovert is not comfortable with being by himself or being by herself, because you feel like you want to be around people all the time. I'm telling you, if you really want to become the man that you want to be, you gotta become comfortable with being by yourself. And in that energy, you are going to discover that I can let go of the guilt. See, if I don't make it to your birthday, see, I don't give a shit about going to the birthday celebration. That I get to the ones I can get to without stressing me. See, I used to stress myself out and be like, oh, I got to go to everybody's birthday party. I got to get everybody a gift. I got to get everybody something at Christmas. Why am I the one? Why? Because I'm the one in the family that got the most money. I'm the one that's breaking the generational curse. I'm the one that flipped hundreds of houses in real estate. Why is it that I got to be the one to pay for something all the time?
Or
How
why
come
is it that
nobody
I'm the
else is
youngest?
willing to grab the check?
Why is it that and why, and then two, why is it that because I'm the youngest of the three, I'm the one that's the my parents are in their 70s, man. I'm the one. I mean,
Yeah, you're
that's
the
called,
watch
you know
this.
what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No, I know exactly what you mean. You're the one when it's something to be done that the other brothers and sisters can't handle or not in a position to do. You step up and say, "I'm gonna do it all." See, you're just like me. You want to take on too much. You gotta separate and separate without the guilt. That's difficult to do because watch this. When I started blowing up, I almost felt like it's almost like psychologically, I felt like it was my responsibility to pay, excuse me, to pay for everybody's stuff. But they would have never done it for me. And case in point, the first time I lost a house, and at the time I owned like 15 houses. So losing one wasn't that bad, but it was a primary residence, but it still hurt. When my stuff was sitting tree high facing foreclosure, none of the people that I put $15,000 in their pocket or go when my dad was alive, he used to write my checks for me. Or my electric about to get cut off. I need $800. Go to my father. I'm out of town. I'm telling them to go past. They used to go past my house and pick up checks and take them to the bank like it was the ATM machine. Because I feel like, well, they can't get it from nobody else. I'm the savior, bro. I get people off their jobs. I put them to work. I pay people's bills for years. That's what I've done in the past. I mean, my overhead has been $20,000+ since I've been 22 years old. $20,000-$30,000. That ain't nothing. So I've always had to bear more than your average person because I was always willing to do more. Rico, it comes a point where you say, I got to get my health right. I got to get my spiritual man has got to be right. I got to make sure that I got peace in my house. This is why I don't have people running in and out of my house. You got to be on the special list to actually enter into one of my houses.
Right.
I don't have it. You know, the people that come to my house and celebrate birthday or whatever, it's the people that helped me when I was on my ass, especially for that last time, because I never forgot it.
Right. Right.
My aunt, my cousin, my mom, my brother, and my immediate family. Nobody else gets in here. I don't invite you. I'm not looking for you to invite. I don't care. Right. I don't go to happy hour. I don't hang out with friends anymore. When it really comes down to it, Rico, I really don't have no friends that I graduated high school with. They're not really friends.
Right.
I don't have one person that I grad. That's why I don't go to high school graduation no more. That's why I don't go to reunion no more. Why am I coming to the reunion when all of y'all was jealous of me back in the day, and now you want to try to act fake and show up now? I don't need you. I didn't need you then. I thought I needed you, but now, see, I'm older. Now I really realize that I really don't need any of you. Now I need Auston. That's my brother, because he treats me with respect. He loves me. He cares about me. He's a person. That's the kind of people that I need. If you're not like that, I have no use for you at all. When I'm serving people, I serve them at a high level. Rico, you think it's just easy to expend this kind of energy that I put out on the Q&A calls every week?
No, sir.
I am exhausted on Mondays. At the end of the day, I can barely see straight. Now, I don't let a lot of people get around me after I finish the group call. You know why? Because I feel vulnerable.
Right.
I feel I don't trust anybody.
Right.
It almost feels like you're losing it. You know what that means? Sit your ass down and get some rest. As soon as I finish this Q&A, I'm going to go right into dinner. I'm going to check a couple of emails and messages, and I'm headed right for the chair. That's probably going to be right around 9 o'clock. I'm done. See, I don't allow people to get in my space when I'm feeling broke down because I need rest. And what that means is you're doing too much, Rico. Learn to let it go without the guilt. You're holding on too tight emotionally, brother, and it's stopping you from really being the man and dedicating the hours that you could be doing in other stuff.
Gotcha.
Last but not least, unless you got something else you got to add, Wayne Holmes. Wayne, haven't heard Wayne in a while. Wayne, I'll be right with you. And then that's probably going to be our last, excuse me, question or comment. Rico, you're capable, but even a capable leader has breakdowns. It's not if, brother, it's going to happen. It's when. And what I learned is the higher your emotional IQ is and the more skills you have, coping strategies. This is why when people go to counseling, this is why when people go to therapy, the therapist gives you coping strategies so you don't feel like you're losing your shit all the time. Because when you start playing at a higher level, that's exactly the way it feels. So in order for me to combat that, I get my rest and self-care and be selfish in a positive way. I make my shit the priority, Rico, and I schedule it for my family and anybody else. Don't matter.
Right.
That's how you got to start getting down, brother. Because the ones that swear that they rocking with you, they really don't give a damn at the end of the day. And I learned a hard lesson about that. Got anything else you want to add?
You know what, man? I'll say this last thing right here and I got to go.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of three.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a minister.
Mm-hmm.
And a few years ago, I found out that my dad is actually retiring in October.
Oh, okay.
From pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom would ask me, I knew she was going to try to throw this line in there. Because years ago, because we so much alike, we butt heads. Mm-hmm. Years ago, she'd be like, she would try to get me to step in. And so I finally find out that he's retiring. And she says, that would be good if you step in. You know what I told her? I said, absolutely not. There is no way. Now, by me doing that, her response shocked me when I said that. Uh-huh. She said, well, I can see, I understand. I'm like, gee, wow, years ago, that wouldn't have happened like that. But I've been telling, like, look, my dad ain't tripping. My dad ain't come to me and been like, hey, you step into, look, I say this right here, bro. Mm-hmm. I've never been one to want to be boxed in. Mm-hmm. And for a long time, I did settle for being boxed in because I avoided conflict. That's a natural extrovert kind of thing. Yeah. But I had to really get tougher and just really be like, I love you, but man, I'm not going to waste my life. Yep. I mean, I'm not going to be up in my age like that. I'm not saying that they're not appreciative or whatever, but it's just interesting to me how when people come to you with what they need, whether it's they need this or that, volunteer or vote, all that stuff. Yep. And then when it comes time for you asking for something, it's like people get strange, they get amnesia. So I don't have time for that, man. So
you can't expect it, bro. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm gonna go to Wayne real quick and just a last comment with Rico. You can't expect them to be you. And that's a trap that I fell into as well. I'm thinking, let's just Wayne, are you there? Wayne, can you hear me? What happened to Wayne? Oh, Wayne, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Wayne, what's going on, boss?
How you doing, Coach?
Man, I'm doing super fantastic, man. I feel good. Well,
listen, I'm going to tell you something, man. I am amazed at this call tonight. You touch me much. You touch my heart, man. It's thanks, man. I'm just the way that the way that you I think I call it. I think the way you manage or marriage, you marry the speaker, professional speaking business with life, where there's an exchange constantly, and it's not the way you dealt with that tonight about you made it is everything that we're doing is a part of this crazy planet that we got to be in right now. Yeah. Yeah. And there's no escaping that, but that at the same time, that's part of our platform. The craziness that's going on out here and this talk that you're giving us tonight is so valuable, because I'm telling you, it just touched me so much. you know, the way you dealt with that. You can't get away from it. Everything that's going on is right here in front of us.
Yeah.
Yet at the same time, we got to keep going with what we said we wanted to do, and that's be a professional speaker. And
Correct.
right now, professional speaking, this whole craziness is like a platform for us to talk to it, you know. And so like you're helping us, we can help others, you know. So I just I don't know, you just touched me tonight. And then what I wanted to say is I haven't said anything for a while. I've been kind of sitting back because I got to admit I have gotten like super. I think I got really distracted. And I have not stopped pursuing my professional speaking business. If you remember correctly, it's been a few months back, I mentioned to you that, you know, because I work with a nonprofit and we deal with prisoner reentry into the community.
That's right.
And I mentioned to you that I shared some of my signature programs and my and so on with one of our grant writers, because New Jersey Department of Corrections was offering an RFP for a grant. Right. And so, and when I shared it with the grant writer, they loved it. They loved the ideas, the signature program. They incorporated it into the grant, and we got awarded the grant. And so, and of course, we got awarded the grant, $150,000. So my consultant said, Wayne, what would it take for you to run this? They basically gave me the program.
Oh, nice.
They gave me the program, and they increased my salary. In fact, they doubled it. And so now I got this program. So last Thursday, the 19th, we started. We're doing, the New Jersey Department of Corrections began a tour, and we're going. And I just sent you. You'll see the brochure. I just put it in. I just sent it to you.
Nice, Wayne.
Okay. All right. And here's what I want you to know.
Yes, sir.
The signature programs that we created is what my trainings are going to be about. Okay. And they loved it. And so here's the deal. The Department of Corrections, they like the whole program. So Thursday we had a chance to go into our first prison in New Jersey, and they we had all the different agencies had their own table, and they created the whole deal properly done with the skirt for our program and our brochures and stuff like that. Yep. And so I felt, I'm going to tell you, I felt like our program is called Leadership Concepts That Erase Limits.
Yeah, Wayne.
Okay, so
it's paying off, brother. So you got to increase the salary and took over the contract. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so they gave right. So it's my program, and so it's like a tour that the state of the Department of Corrections is doing. We're going from prison to prison to prison. I'm in the city of Trenton, and so I got to present my program to anybody in all these parts of the state that are coming back to my city.
That's right.
And so when they come, they're coming to my office. I'm one of the offices in the city that they're coming to, and I got to do our presentation and plug them in and build the whole deal, right? So here's the thing. I'm wondering, once you take a look at the brochure, right? Yeah. If we can talk, I want to know am I wrong for thinking that this can be one of the how can I say it? Can this be a platform for like me to is this taking away from my speaker focus, or is this I don't know, is this following the concept of what we talked about in the beginning?
Yeah, well, okay, that's a great question. So let me Well, let me just tell you first, the congratulations are pouring in from your fellow students here on the speakerfocus.com platform.
Thank you.
So I'm very proud of you that you got the grant was awarded, that they were smart enough to be able to increase your revenue. So that means that you got a return on your investment back with the training that you've experienced on speakerfocus.com up to this point. And also they put you in charge of the contract. Now, this is a very similar situation, Wayne, when I sent you over the proposals and the support docs for you to be able to put your 2 cents in when they were going after that contract from the beginning.
Right.
So you're going to get repetitions in, and you're getting paid to practice your signature programs. The fact that you did build the messaging, and we struggle with that. Now your messaging has found a home. What I would do if I were you is I would stand on that messaging. I would be refining that messaging. The fact that you have a contract now, Wayne, which means you're going to get a chance to present your program every single week. Would that be correct?
Yeah, a couple times a week.
Couple times a week. So now you're getting in practice repetitions in front of people, real time, testing your signature programs out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Okay, during this section, I need to shorten it up a little bit. This section, I ran out of content. I need to make it a little bit longer. That story was hard hitting over there that I told. Maybe I need to tell that story again. That time I used humor wasn't really appropriate. You're going to be able to make adjustments on the fly and refine that messaging. Now, here's what's going to happen. It's going to get you to the next stage. And right now, we may not know what that is.
Right.
But I want you to keep growing your speaker business on the side and just building out the infrastructure and learning how to market yourself, because what's going to happen is, mark my words, people are going to start finding out how great you are at presenting that program, because it's in your wheelhouse, and you're going to start getting opportunities outside of that. And that's when your speaker business is going to go to another level. And Wayne, it's happening this way because you need to get repetitions in, because you were a little self-conscious about your messaging before. And now the fact that you got a grant should do a lot for your confidence. The fact that they did include you in on getting the grant, they just didn't keep you at the same salary. They did double your salary, which is great. More money means you can do more things. Isn't that what we're teaching you as Speaker Focus? So you are getting compensated to present your signature programs. So stay in it, Wayne, and keep getting better. If I were you, I would record, I would videotape every single presentation that you have.
I want to thank you. That's what I intend to do.
Every single one of them. And New Jersey is not that far away. If you ever want me to come and be a guest speaker on your platform, in your program, let me know, and I'd be happy to drive up and do it.
I would, you know what? I'd be honored. I'd be more than honored.
You let me know.
I would treat you like a gold nugget too.
Wayne, watch this. Wayne, we're going to be on the platform together, because now you have your own platform. You see, this is all part of your assignment. This is what I'm talking about. For you, some speakers take a different path. See, I had to take the same path.
Of course, you have no idea what you're saying to me right now. I was kind of slow to share this with you, you know, because I felt like did I get off base or not? But I don't know. But thank you so much, man.
Yeah, listen, bro. The reason why I'm connecting with you like this, and I appreciate your kind words of the approaches that I utilize with all of you when listening to you. See, if you're going to be a great speaker, you got to be a better listener. And I listen to what all of you are going through. It's my responsibility for the messaging to help you. I need to understand what your brand is. Like Wayne, I understood what your brand is. I'm not talking about a brand like, oh, you got this logo and you got these initials, and you haven't really gotten top heavy on the marketing piece yet. That's going to come, because you're old school. Like you're still slow walking that. You're still learning. But I had to take the same exact path. This is why I said, this guy listened to what we told him to do. I remember when you were telling me that they were going after the grant. The fact that they included you in that way, Wayne, shows that they have respect for you and they want you to present that. So I remember when I was working for all of the big public seminar companies. I worked for the biggest public seminar companies in the world. National Seminars Group, Fred Pryor, Paget Thompson, Skill Path. And also I did a professorship through Johnson and Wales University. Man, they worked my tongue out of my head.
Right.
But it kept me so busy. And it wasn't at the higher rate that I learned later down the line because I didn't understand how to market myself. But let me tell you what I learned, Wayne. I learned how to teach, facilitate, and transfer knowledge at the highest level possible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So what you're getting ready to do, because you have a platform, watch this, Wayne. How long, when you have to speak a couple times a week, how long is the program? Is it a half-day program or is it full day?
No, I can basically I can set it up how I want. I can set up like an hour, 90-minute program. I'd like to do something like a 90-minute workshops for people that are coming into my office or my places of work and where I'm going to do the programs.
Okay,
right?
try to make it a 90 minutes is cool, but if I were you, I would be going for a 2-hour educational keynote. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why, because you need time to share you,
Right.
and you need time to teach, and then you should do a Q&A at the end.
2-hour educational keynote.
That's called an hour-long keynote is 1 hour or any portion of 1 hour. 2-hour educational keynote is around that time. Then you get into the half-day program, which is 2 to 4 hours, and a full-day program, 4 to 8 hours. Wayne, what I'm telling you is the longer you're able to speak, you're able to play around with the curriculum. And by the time you do this for about 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you're going to be an absolute expert at the top of your game with delivering the content. Where you used to have a confidence problem with your messaging, now your messaging and the ideas and the support that we gave you help you in your city and state secure $150,000, which they are including you and upping your salary. You're getting paid to practice, brother. And I don't even know if you realize that. You get paid to practice your signature programs.
Thank you. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. And so, and here's another part to that I'm realizing. See, and I've been working in this corrections thing for close to 40 years now. I've retired from the state of New Jersey. Now I just work for a nonprofit.
Yep.
Okay. But here's the deal. I've watched them, the typical case management practices for years. And in my opinion, I call it a failed human experiment, because I don't see results. I don't see people changing. Okay. And so I started researching yesterday, and I'm finding out that there's some people out here that are taking that instead of case management, they're transitioning, even in these social human services sectors, they're transitioning into coaching.
Yes, sir.
And so if I can take something that and bring a new piece to what they're doing, I may be able to pioneer something new in this area, because I think they might be a taste for something new if it's going to be successful.
So Wayne, listen to what you just said. You are going to pioneer it. And this is the reason why, if you have the ability, you have the flexibility, and they're giving you the autonomy to create a program that you want to create. If I were you, I would get a killer 2 to 4 hour presentation. And then see, right now, you don't know how much content is required to fill up 2 to 4 hours. But I tell you this.
Boy, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're getting ready to find out what is required, because every time you get up there and speak, you are going to play around with your signature programs, the titles, the bullets. You're going to learn, and it's going to start feeling good. You're going to have command over your content. See, Wayne, remember how you were struggling. You were battling. God. It was an inner demon on your shoulder every night saying, Wayne, we got to be in the faith-based market. I said, Wayne, the bigger money is in the corporate and association market. You were like, KTR, I don't know. And then remember, you did your signature programs, and I had a breakthrough, and I broke down in tears because I was so happy for you that you got your messaging. The same signature programs, is what helped get that grant. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So now watch this. So now your niche and your target market is the corrections industry.
Right.
And watch this. And you're also in the 501c3 nonprofit industry. This is the reason why when people have 40 years worth of experience, Wayne, that they start going out being $5,000 to $10,000 a day speakers. And they get a coaching program, or they run a consultancy, because when people start hearing about that program that you're getting ready to deliver, and it's going to catch on fire, because see, now you're speaking within your wheelhouse. You're speaking, you're walking in your purpose. You understand what your assignment is. You found your niche, and now your niche has doubled your salary, and you're getting paid to practice. And the next step for you is high fee consulting. And they're going to come, the corrections industry gonna come ask you to speak at these conferences. And that's when you're going to start getting paid even more money. It's going to happen, Wayne.
I could come hug your neck right now.
Wayne, let's give a virtual hug,
right?
a virtual hug. Bro, it's real. It's taking you some time to find out, but Wayne, look at the path. You struggle, you sacrifice, you battle with yourself. And this is the moment of truth for you. Well, now, Wayne, all you have to do is just get out there and don't be afraid to fail and make mistakes, because every single time I speak and I take the platform, I have never delivered a flawless presentation. Even when I got standing ovations, I always think about what I can do the next time. So you get out there, brother. Listen, put together your program, send it over to me so I can look at the way you have your curriculum designed. Let me know what the learning objectives are.
That's what I intend to do. That's what I intend to do.
Of the people, I know you're trying to reduce recidivism rates, but there's a whole lot that goes with the corrections industry. There's two sides. It's the person, the inmate, or the person who has the conviction, whether or not it's a misdemeanor, felony, what have you, typically the felonies, and then you're helping them learn how to integrate back into society. But then there is the corrections professional who suffers from burnout. You think the pandemic hasn't done something to them?
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
So you need to be developing a program for the corrections professional.
Coach.
I can't give you no more ideas, man.
Oh my God.
Bro, that's where the money is. The money is in the training. The training industry has exploded, and it's never going to go back to what it was before, because people can now take training right there in the comfort of their home, bro. This is the money. Listen, man, you are where the money resides. Listen, all you got to do is just tweak this program, Wayne, and get out there and develop it and put it together. Wayne, you should record every single thing, because you can get content from that. Put that in your speaker video demo. See, all you speakers that are saying, well, KTR, I don't have any speaking engagements. How do I get content? Wayne's going to get all the content that he wants, because he literally can control the narrative. Wayne?
Yes.
Right there, brother. Listen, I cannot tell you the level of pride that we have for you right now, and how happy I am for you as a speaker. Wayne, you should stay in this lane. And I'm telling you, the man that you've always wanted to become is going to be found through your presentations that you're going to be delivering for the state of New Jersey. Everything that you're going to do as a speaker for the rest of your life is going to come from that. Do not miss an opportunity to get the content. I don't care if you just set your phone up in the corner and just record you for practice. Go back and look at it. Send me some of the clips.
I can build my own. They're giving me my agency I got my own. I can build my own studio, like my own conference room, my own training center.
Right. I mean, and why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you?
I got to set it up right, and I can do it. So
they're giving you the opportunity to do it all. And watch this. When you get it all set up, all you got to do it. Hey, KTR. We got a program coming up and it's a couple hundred people for our reentry program. I want you to come up and be the closing keynote speaker. I want you to, Wayne, how about this, Wayne? How about I open up for you?
You know what? I'm going to do my best to make that kind of stuff happen.
How about that, Wayne? How about if I open up for you? I don't have to be the closing keynote.
As my mentor. Here's my mentor.
I can't wait, man. Hey, Wayne, I applaud you, brother. Thank you for hanging in there. See, that's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, when you don't give up and you deal with your frustration and you handle the fear and you push through anyway. Man, congratulations. That's a big win.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, Wayne, we're going to end the, hey, make sure you give Carol a hug for me and tell her I said, hey, and I'm so happy the support system you have around you. We're going to end the Q&A call right now. And I think this is a great way to end it, Wayne. We don't need to say anything else.
I appreciate you, man. You have no idea. You're just
I love you, boss.
You are as sturdy as you're as sturdy as we need, man, with everything that you do and the way you do it. And I appreciate that.
Oh, man. Anytime, Wayne. We're always here, man, to give you exactly what you need and listen to you and help you get to another level. There's still a lot of work to be done. So
yes,
if you need us to help you put that together, put the program together, we do that as well. So
I'll be back and forth with you so we can build, you can help me build it out.
Absolutely. I'm gonna help you put together a strong curriculum so you can get out there and do your thing, man. I'll be talking to you real soon.
Oh, love you, man.
Okay, love you back. Let me tell you something, everyone. Woo. Oh, man. I absolutely love you all. And the things that you're doing with your speaker businesses to take it to another level, it's just absolutely amazing. It amazes me. Every time I think I can't be more amazed, somebody comes along and they put together their vision and it starts coming together. And this is what it looks like when you start winning. And, you know, Wayne will tell you that he struggled. He was Wayne had that old school mindset, just like I had. A lot of people on our platform have that old school mindset. They're afraid. They're afraid to do the work. But see, it's not about getting there fast. Sometimes the universe tells us to pump our brakes and we got to just slow down and we got to listen more. And Wayne struggled with finding his target market. He struggled with finding his messaging, but I tell you, he found it now. He found it because it was already there. And all we did was see, sometimes when you disagree, beauty comes out of that. And sometimes I'm not going to agree with you when I feel like I told him that this is the messaging that he need to be standing on. And the messaging is the very thing that allowed them to go get the money. I know how to get you the money. So whether or not you agree with me or not, I don't give a damn who's right or wrong. All I want you to do is eventually keep building the business so we can convert into revenue. So you might not be able to see it right now about the growth of your speaker business and where it's going to be in 3, 6, or 9 months, but don't worry about it. Take care of the future called now. Your future is in the moment called now. Do what you can do right now to help build the next step to your speaker business. My God, I get so much joy out of seeing all of you grow. The ones who are doing the work, even if you're going slow. I love you and I love what you're doing. I believe in it. You're going to get the money if you can just endure the struggle of the sacrifice. On behalf of the entire team at speakerfocus.com, let me tell you something. This Q&A call right here in my assessment is in the top 3 ever on this platform. And it's because that when you're dealing with real emotion and people aren't afraid to share, we all can be vulnerable together. We all can fail together. We can all be knocked on our ass and be counted down, but we're not out. If you keep your focus in the game, your speaker business will reward you like you couldn't even begin to possibly imagine. And here's another example of how it went down again on the Monday Q&A call. I am so proud to be your CEO of speakerfocus.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going in for dinner, rest, and repair for the rest of the evening. I'll see you same time, same place next week on the Monday Q&A call on speakerfocus.com. My God, what an amazing Q&A.